Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about interquartile range and outliers. And first, let's just remind ourselves what ordinary range is. So ordinary range is just the max minus the min, the full range of the data. Interquartile range, which we're going to call IQR, we take the third quartile minus the first quartile. So it sort of tells us where that middle 50% of the data falls. Okay, now let's go ahead and do our first example. So 10 friends play Chubby Bunny. Below are their results. So if you don't remember how Chubby Bunny works, or you never played when you were a kid, you put the big size marshmallows in your mouth and you try to fit as many as you can in there and still be able to say Chubby Bunny understandably without getting marshmallows everywhere. Okay, so below are their results, right? So one person was able to fit 13 marshmallows in their mouth and still say Chubby Bunny, which is insane. 6, 4, 5, and so on. And first thing we want to do, we want to sort the data, then we're going to find the range and the IQR. So first, let's sort. Okay, so lowest data point we see is 4, then 5, 6, 6. So 5, 6, 6. And then we've got 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, and finally 13, the one very talented Chubby Bunny player. Okay, so range, remember, is max minus min. So our range here, the max is 13 and the min is 4. So our range is 9. And then we want to go ahead and find interquartile range, but before we can find them, we need to actually find the quartiles. So Q1, remember, is the 25th percentile. So to find the locator, we do 0.25 times the total number of data points. We've got 10 in our list. That's 2.5, but we can't just take the 2.5th number in the list. So we round up to the third number, which is 6. So we've got Q1 is equal to 6. Now we want to find Q3. That's the 75th percentile. 0.75 times 10 is 7.5. Again, there's no 7.5th number in the list, but we can go up and take the 8th number in the list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that gives us that Q3 is 8. Not because we wanted the 8 here, but because when we look at the 8th number in the list, it happens to actually be the number 8. Okay, so now that we have the quartiles, we can find the interquartile range. Q3 minus Q1, that is 8 minus 6, which gives us 2 as our IQR. All right. Now we want to move on and talk about outliers. Okay, so we found IQR, which sort of tells us the range of that middle 50% of data. And what that told us in this one is that the middle 50% of Chubby Bunny players in this example were all within 2 marshmallows of each other. And that's a pretty narrow range. And an outlier is going to be sort of a data point that's either really high or really low and kind of unusual. So the technical definition is it's any data point that is above Q3 by 1.5 times the IQR or more, or below Q1 by at least 1.5 times the IQR. All right, so we want to find any outliers in the data above. And let's first remember that our IQR is 2, and our sorted data list was 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 13. Those were the number of marshmallows people could fit in their mouth and still say Chubby Bunny. Okay, so this magic number here for outliers is 1.5 times IQR. So we do 1.5 times 2, which is 3. So an outlier is going to be anything that is above Q3 plus that 1.5 times the IQR. And let's remember what was our Q3. It was 8. Okay, so anything above 8 is an outlier, which tells us that this 13 up here is an outlier. It's above Q3 by 1.5 times the IQR. Okay, so we have one outlier up top, that 13, which makes sense because who can fit 13 marshmallows in their mouth and say Chubby Bunny? And let's go ahead and do the computation for below. So we want Q1 minus that magic number of 1.5 times the IQR. And let's remind ourselves what Q1 was. It was 6. So Q1 minus 3, 6 minus 3 is 3. So did we have any data points below 3? No, we did not. So there's one outlier. So 13 is an outlier above, and we had no outliers below. All right, that is it for today.